What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another tour, and today we are in front of Upper Canyon. Now that you see behind me is the beautiful South Mountain Preserve, and today we're actually going to be showing you a home. This one's a very simple one-story. It is actually the Gaven. It is a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1-story, 2-car garage at roughly almost 1,800 square foot. Now before I go inside and show you the tour, I'm actually going to tell you a little bit more about what it's like to live in this area, the builders, some of the incentives they may have, and be sure to stay to the end because I have a special rebate for you guys right after the tour. So let's start off with Upper Canyon, the actual community. What does it have to offer? So right now there's 3 different builders. Number 1 being Blandford, number 2 being DR Horton, and number 3 being Pulte. These are gonna be the only builders that are gonna be in this community. They're gonna be roughly about 1,050 homes, and they're all gonna be using 1 HOA, and they're gonna have 1 community amenities. Now, I'm gonna insert some screenshots and I'm gonna insert some drone footage so you guys can see what the community is actually looking like, and let me tell you, this thing is going to be beautiful. It is gonna be a HOA of only $198 a month, so it's gonna be super affordable, and you're gonna get pickleball, you're gonna get your pool, you're gonna get your dog parks, and most importantly of all, you're gonna get $1 million mountain views everywhere you look. That kind of leads me to the location. Where are we at? As I mentioned, we are in Ahwatukee, near the South Mountain Preserve. From the drone footage, there is literally mountain views 360 everywhere you look. There is not going to be a bad lot or a bad property nowhere in this community. Now, outside of the mountain views, what else is there to offer? Well, there's gonna be a ton of hiking, there's gonna be a ton of biking, and you're gonna be right off of the highway, but you're not sitting on top of it where you get way too much traffic noise. This community is gonna be very private. It's gonna be close enough to the city, but far enough away where you don't really have the city life around you. Now, downtown Phoenix is gonna be roughly only about 25 minutes away from you, and the beauty about it is that you can take the South Mountain either east or west. Now, as I mentioned, there's gonna be a ton of privacy here. It's gonna be a super quiet community. And best of all, this is the last plot of land that they have here. So for home appreciation and home values, if you wanna live in this location, well, guess what? You're gonna have to pay for it. So there is no bad deal here. Now, to wrap things up, I wanna talk a little bit more about the builder. Now, something to note is that number 1, the incentives with these builders change week to week, month to month. Whatever I'm gonna say now, chances are that there could be changes, but right now, the reality is that builders are giving deals, and it is a great time to get great incentives and low interest rates, specifically from new build construction homes. So let's talk about DR Horton. So DR Horton is gonna have 450 homes. They're gonna have roughly around 9 floor plans, and right now they have actively 2 models, and they have more pending coming in the future. Also, very important, they're going to have a duplex plan that they actually haven't launched yet, but they said to be tuned because later in the year, early stages of next year, they're going to actually have a duplex plan in this community. So that is something that we don't get a lot of here in Phoenix, so I'm excited to see that. Now, as of this video right now, they currently have 2 different incentives. Number 1 is that they're doing a 4% towards closing costs when you buy a house when pretty much is dirt. And the second part is that they're doing quick move-ins at a 4.75% interest rate with up to $10,000 in closing costs. Now, listen up closely because this is important. All of that is negotiable. And I will tell you from experience, everything that they put on there, we can get a better deal. Remember, they want to sell homes. Right now, interest rates are high. There's not a lot of people buying and there's not a lot of demand. And they want to make sure that they move homes quickly. So if your budget says you're ready and you're ready to buy a home, the time to get a deal is today. So I hope this gives you a little bit more information about everything that you need to know from the community, from the builder, and the incentives that we had. With that being said, let's get started with the tour. All right, welcome on inside, everybody. So as we come inside, the first thing that we're gonna be noticing is that our first 2 bedrooms and our only bathroom for the other 3 bedrooms and guests and everybody is right here at the entrance. So we'll start with room number 1, just so you guys can see. I will be completely honest, these are pretty small. There's your closet. We'll go to the other room and then to the bathroom. This is the other one. It is pretty small. Same size closet. As we come this way, we have our tub shower, and we have our pretty basic bathroom. So come back on this way to the rest of the house. We've got a nice open kitchen layout. We've got our island in the middle. We've got our formal dining that they kind of put right there in the middle. So take a look at this before we go over there. I am going to show you here. We have our other room and our laundry. So there's our laundry, and here's our other bedroom. Pretty small, not even going to sugarcoat it. And then move back away. So coming around the kitchen, as you guys can see here, pretty spacious, pretty open. Overall, obviously the house is pretty small, but here's a view of the layout between the living room and the kitchen. I really love what they did with the backsplash here on the wall. Really ties it together, looks really, really nice. And then we have our backyard over there, which we will go into in a little bit. But here is your master. So we've got our master. Decent size. I actually prefer a smaller master than the huge masters. What's up, everyone? We have our shower right here, walk-in shower, toilet, and we have our closet. Not the biggest I've seen, but also not the smallest I've seen. So I'll let you guys kind of opinionate on that. And as we work our way back around, we will make it to the outside, to the backyard. So I'll open this in right here. And bam, there is your backyard. I will say the backyard is pretty big. I don't think every lot is gonna be like this. Obviously, this is the model. We love the mountain views everywhere. Look at that mountain range. That is gorgeous. Obviously, we've got our highway all the way down over there, but this is a pretty big backyard. Probably could have moved the house back another 15 feet, to be honest. But that pretty much wraps it up for this portion of the tour. Peace. And that pretty much wraps it up for the tour. So I really hope that you guys appreciated it. It was straightforward, straight to the point, and I hope that you got all the information that you need to make an informed decision about making Upper Canyon your next home, specifically with the DR Horton builder. Now, I did promise you a special incentive. So the incentive is very simple. I actually have two incentives right now. Number one is I am offering up to a $10,000 rebate program that you can use when you use me as your buyer's agent to represent you in a transaction here in Upper Canyon. Now, if you want more details about that and all of the specifics, my contact information is below. Click the link, fill out the form. There's gonna be a video there that goes over more details. Now, the second one is, if you are a home seller and you have a home to sell and you would like to upgrade or downgrade here, I actually have a list and buy program where we are listing homes for 1%. Doesn't mean that I'm providing 1% service. It's basically just giving you guys a special deal where you can list your home for 1% and use the rest of the proceeds to get you into the next home. So I hope that answers all of your questions. I hope that you guys can take advantage of these programs. And if you have any further questions, be sure to reach out to me because all my contact information is below. I am Derek Perez, your local Phoenix realtor, here for all your real estate needs.